Indians value stability more. They trust stable brands. They trust the brands that stand for people, whether it be Tata or Infosys or Ambani's. They have been standing on trust factor in India. I'm going to tell you secrets that silently Silicon Valley businesses are learning from Indian business. How Silicon Valley businesses are totally different from the Indian market businesses, and how your business can scale much more better if you scale in the Indian way. Picking up a failed business in India is a big problem. You can't pick it up, and even if it dies, it leaves a lot of wounds in people's heart. COVID vaccine that India invented the first time and supplied it around the world, what if it was invented in some other country? Definitely it would have not been as affordable as it was in India.
Stop copying Silicon Valley. Being a business owner and a business consultant and coach for Indian brands, I would request Indian service business owners to please stop copying Silicon Valley. This might sound something controversial to you, something that you must have not thought about, but this is something that comes from a deep thought. And I'm going to dive into this deep thought and my study of understanding how Silicon Valley businesses are totally different from the Indian market businesses, and how your business can scale much more better if you scale it the Indian way. Let's just talk about this in more depth. In today's video, in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to dive deep into this topic where we are going to study Silicon Valley businesses versus Indian markets, how these are different and how we can make a opportunistic business model that can help us grow much more. Even during the end of the video, I'm going to tell you secrets that silently Silicon Valley businesses are learning from Indian businesses. So stay till the end because we have something to share with you. It's a detailed report of how you can scale Indian businesses in Indian markets. So let's just go deep into it. Hi, I'm Coach Sakshi. I'm a business coach for service business owners. My job is to help service business owners create premium business model in their business, which is supported by AI augmented foundation, which means your business should be ready for scale and it should be more productive with the help of AI. I have consulted businesses from Silicon Valley and more of it Indian businesses too. And most of the time when Indian startup owners bring a foreign idea into Indian markets, my decisions are no, because they won't survive in Indian markets. Let's try and understand this. West have been following what suits American. The Silicon Valley businesses are easily accessible and easily growable because it comes from an environment which is supported by the right kind of talent and by the right kind of tech, plus by the right kind of investors available in the same space. This makes that place more beneficial for businesses to start and scale. But at the same time, if we want to build a Silicon Valley in India, can't we? Yes, and we have been doing a decent job building some. But at the same time, we also need to understand every business doesn't belong to Silicon Valley. Every business doesn't belong to Bangalore or Gujarat in India. The businesses are scattered across states, countries, and even regions which are unreachable to normal public. So let's just dive deep into it and understand कि ऐसे क्या changes आप business में ला सकते हो जो आपको ज़्यादा Indian market oriented बना सकते हैं and आप इस Silicon Valley feature को थोड़ा अलग रख सकते हो. Let me tell you one more thing. Most of the Silicon Valley businesses solve American problems. They are made for American citizens. The behavioral patterns all come from American origin. Whereas in India, the behavioral patterns are totally different. So here are some myths that we really need to break down. The first myth is moving fast and break fast. Well, we have seen Silicon Valley businesses moving fast and breaking fast. That is, they even don't value failures in business because they feel by failure they learned something. While yes, that might be true that even if your business failed, you might have learned something. But Indian markets are different. They are more trust oriented. So what happens when an Indian trustable business brand fails? Someone trusted you. Someone gave you an investment. Someone had worked in your organization, and when your organization goes bankrupt or it goes down and it goes dead as a business, these people feel really offended, as a result of which the name of business also goes down in the market. Picking up a failed business in India is a big problem. You can't pick it up, and even if it dies, it leaves a lot of wounds in people's heart. The second myth that we need to break in comparison to Silicon Valley businesses is to disrupt everything. While Silicon Valley businesses are supported by the best of techs, the best of talent pools, it's easier for them to disrupt everything. They're known for disrupting nature. Everything that comes into the market, there'll be another company who will be competing and killing that whole process and creating a new process of their own, marketing a new product which is different from the existing product altogether. But let me make this clear to you. This psychology again doesn't work in Indian markets because Indians value stability more. They trust stable brands. They trust the brands that stand for people, whether it be Tata or Infosys or Ambani's. They have been standing on trust factor in India. So if you want to make the business big, leave disruption, follow sustainability. The third myth that we have with respect to Silicon Valley businesses is that these businesses, if they win, they dominate the whole markets. Well, in Silicon Valley, this is a common feature that a winning business will dominate the whole market and it will not at all allow other businesses to surface up. But on the contrary, if you see the Indian markets, there are many business models that coexist, and every model coexisting is equally profitable and they are doing their own services. For example, you take Ola and Uber, Swiggy and Zomato. These business models are a live example that co-profitability exists in India, and these are running in a healthy competition. I am sure you must have seen the marketing campaigns of how Blinkit and Zepto are competing with each other, how Zomato and Swiggy pull each other's legs, but at the same time they ensure that both of them are making profits, and this can happen only in India. Now that we have broken down some myths, it's the time to talk about the Indian market advantages, and let me help you understand the advantages of opening a business in Indian markets and running it successfully and profitably. The first advantage is having a relationship first business culture. Now what is this culture? Well, this is the kind of business culture that exists in India already, and we believe in relationships first. Means if you have a friend who offers good services, you would definitely refer it to another company because you know that they add value to your own company. Again, if you have a vendor who's working good with you, you won't hesitate passing it down the reference to another of your clients because you know the person is working well. So if you have a value-based trustable business culture within your business, this is one of the advantages where you get references just on the go in the Indian markets because we are not competing together. We are sustaining our businesses together. The next advantage that Indian markets have is the Jugaad innovation. Well, as the word suggests, Jugaad is something that is very common in India. You have low cost, no worries, we have a solution. You don't have a land, no worries, we have a solution. You don't have money, no worries, we have a solution. Whether it be government plans or whether it be the mentoring or the consulting side, everyone has been helping India to be better on businesses every single day. And this has helped Indian business market to grow in its own unique way. This is one of the advantages that normally don't people talk about. But some of the innovations that have been in India are the most cost effective around the world. Just imagine the COVID vaccine that India invented the first time and supplied it around the world. What if it was invented in some other country? Definitely it would have not been as affordable as it was in India. It would have not been able to cover our population. It would have been a crisis situation for a heavily populated country like India. Because we have a Jugaad innovation advantage, it helps us to innovate something even if you don't have the right resources at the right time or at the right place. You know how to do it all. That's how Indian markets are designed. The third thing or the third advantage that everyone has is hierarchical culture. Yes, everyone respects the hierarchy in India. Somehow the old companies that are pre-existing, no one wants to pull them down because they have been doing decent work. There is a different kind of respect when it comes to Ratan Tata or when it comes to other business owners who have been influential enough to affect human lives. They have done something really, really great for India, and we know it all. We respect what they have built. And we respect the way these companies are still building and still growing, although allowing smaller startups to equally grow in Indian economy. Another advantage in product industry is the family-centric decision-making habit that we have in India. Well, in India, everything is a family. You talk about teams, sometimes we even say our teams just like family members, right? While we make decisions, we ensure that our decisions are family-centric. Most of the time, if I have to buy groceries, I'll just go and ask out my family instead of taking a decision all by myself on all the products. I might buy some personal use products based on my opinion, but at the same time, I also see to it that many family-centric decisions are being made. Same way, if you have to buy a service for your own company, you will go and talk to your team leaders. You will talk to them whether these softwares are really beneficial for your company or not, and then you're going to decide. This co-producive culture of taking decisions is actually helpful because it becomes an advantage, and also at the same time, it has a different kind of marketing strategy altogether. The last and the next advantage of running a business in Indian markets is being price sensitive. Indian markets have always been value oriented, trust oriented and price sensitive. While we all know that this price sensitivity sometimes hinders progress of some businesses, but at the same time this price sensitivity brings in a lot of innovations. From time to time, people have been working to provide affordable solutions for the problems that we have never thought about, that we could ever afford. Now affordability has become easier for the coming up generations because we have built in opportunities. We have innovated things much more faster than any other countries working currently. So let's just think about it. How we have been growing in India. We have been growing differently, right? The kind of trust, the values, the culture, the language, the region in which we operate is totally different. My question still stays same at the end of the video. Why are we trying to copy West? Because West is a different culture altogether, while our Indian values is still deep rooted, whether it be boomers or whether it be Gen Zs. Times have changed, but Indian values are still deep rooted within us. Now, if you want to make an Indian origin business and you want to understand more deeply, here is something that we do. We do a business audit helping businesses grow their business, helping businesses understand what could be better in their own business and how they can scale, how they can add a premium layer to their service business model. If you are one of those who is looking to add on a layer to business, then business audit might be the right call for you. So there's only one thing that you need to go and do right now. Just go on the description box, click on the link, and I'll see you inside the room. That's for now. Don't forget to share this video with an entrepreneur who have been trying to copy West. Instead, let them copy the Indian way of running business. That's for now. I'll see you in another video. Signing off, Coach Sakshi.